How's it going, everybody? Let me check volume. Volume's good. At that point, Felix, who was quite familiar with the way, which is what the church was called in the book of Acts, or back then, adjourned the hearing and said, wait until Lysias, yeah, the garrison commander, arrives. Then I will decide the case. He ordered an officer to keep Paul in custody, but to give him some freedom and allow his friends to visit him and take care of his needs. So, jail or prison back then wasn't the same for all people in all situations. A few days later, Felix came, like it is today. Felix, a few days later, people get put in what they call country club jails. Well, that's kind of where Paul was. A few days later, Felix came back with his wife, Drusilla, who was Jewish, sending for Paul. They listened and told him about the faith in Jesus, about their faith in Jesus Christ, and he reasoned with them about the righteousness and the self-control in the coming day of judgment. Felix became frightened. Go away for now, he replied. When it is more convenient, I'll call you again. He also hoped that Paul would bribe him. So he sent for him quite often and talked with him. After 2 years later, went by in his way, Felix was succeeded by so this is years now that this is taking place. So Paul's not under a lot of stress or anything. Felix was succeeded by Porcius Festus, and because Felix wanted to gain favor with the Jewish people, he left Paul in prison. But his friends were able to come take care of him, bring him some Outback, or I'm joking, but you get the idea. 3 days after Festus arrived in Caesarea to take over in his new responsibilities, he left for Jerusalem, where the leading priests and other Jewish leaders met with him and made their accusations against Paul. Again, this is quite the saga, to say the least. All right. And we read The White Horse yesterday, and we explained that in yesterday's video, the Wednesday study. Let's now go over that was the White Horse. So now let's go over Red Horse War, Black Horse Famine, Pale Horse Death, which does flow all the way through the Great Tribulation, because the following verse is God's wrath. So that means the Pale Horse not only includes World War III, but also the Great Tribulation, in my opinion. Where were we? When we had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast, John said, say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And when he had opened the third seal, which is war, kill one another and with the sword. And the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard the voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. This is death. And his name that sat on him was Death and Hell. Remember, hell means the grave. The lake of fire is where the fire is. People are already dead when they're thrown in it. Humans don't get eternal torment. Long story. And power was given unto them over a fourth. And his name that sat on him was Death, and Hell followed with him. I never finished the sentence. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth. I believe that means population, to kill with a sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth. And I think that all takes place through through the Great Tribulation. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask a question anytime. That's what I'm here for.